Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex, and today one of our students, George, is going to walk you through his two trading accounts, how he took it from 1,000 to 5,000 and $100 and a 400 in his two small trading accounts. So you guys see on this channel, we've got profits that vary from person to person. You got some members that make 80,000, you got some members that make 4,000, but it's all about the percentage. Okay, so taking 1,000 to 5,000 is the same as taking 50,000 to 250,000 in a sense. And so I don't want the fact that it's 4,000 in profits to take away from what he actually did. It's super impressive what we were able to do this week. We literally nailed every single trade. Here's one of the trades I know you know about, which was Tesla dropping to 600. Here is what I sent to the group. I said Tesla 660 today and then 600 by the end of the week. Possibly that's exactly what happened. We told them the probabilities. We remained objective. And here are some of our other trades. We had Twitter puts, NVAX puts, C limited puts, Zoom puts, short the travel stocks, market going to dump off. And I just told him like Tesla is one of the best shorts in this market, and that was our favorite trade. So you're gonna see George had some ridiculous returns on Tesla. He was buying contracts for like $3, flipping them for 16, and he could have actually been even better. Now guys, the most impressive thing about what George was able to do in the Crash Trading Club this week is the fact that he actually took advantage of the trades we posted and came out with a 100% win rate on the week. He went 7 for 7 in his main account. That's what's impressive. So we're not just getting lucky on one trade that turns from 1,000 to 5,000. No, it's consecutive trades, trade after trade, that turn this account from 1,000 to 5,000 using a small account. You're going to see George is only putting about $250 to $300 per trade, and yet he still takes it to 5,000. Now, if George would have, got a little more ballsy or put a little more of his account in, he could easily took in, 1,000 to 20,000 this week. But he did what he did, and nonetheless, the results are evident. So he's gonna walk you through it. And I just want to point out this Tesla trade, he made 5x on, but it actually could have been way more than that because I first sent out this message to our WhatsApp group when Tesla was at 710 points to short it. George got in like 2 days after, guys. If he would have got in the first day, you would have seen a whole nother transformation. But even with missing the trade by a couple days, I mean, still 1,000 to 5,000. I mean, that's just a greater testament to how good this group is. And so, I'm just going to let him take it from here and show you what he was able to do. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I might see you here at the end.
Hey everyone, George here. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to Alex at the Crash Trading Club for a phenomenal week. This is my second week. Let's go over a few trades here, but as you can see, this is my cash account. I have about 5,000 in it. About most of that actually was made this week right here. So let's go through a couple of them here. On Monday, we went into some Twitter puts. Alex gave a shout out, hey, maybe we should get into some Twitter puts. So I got some of these, and I sold them about 2 days later, and I made some money off that. If you can see, 43 right here, 72 and 63. So definitely a good trade. The next day, well, we went into Novavax, and we were looking at SE puts as well. So on Novavax, we got a put. I bought one at 263. I sold that same day for 755. So a great trade here. This SE put, unfortunately, I actually bought the wrong put, so I got in at 117. But I realized about 20 minutes later that I got the wrong one. I actually wanted a 245 one, so God, that trade kind of sucks. But he was actually right because if you look at the chart for SE, it actually dropped to 229. So these puts would have actually made me money if I held on to it. But it was too early in the week, and I thought I was going a little bit too far, so I kind of pulled the plug. That was actually my fault right there. If I would have gotten the 245 ones, it would have been a good trade as well. The next day, Alex was looking at the market and was like, I think we're going into another sell-off. So he told us to go get into Tesla puts here. So I followed him, got 194 on the Tesla puts here, and then I sold them a little bit later. I actually bought another one. I sold one of them the following morning at 1645, and then a little later in that day, 287. So a pretty good trade there as well. So on that Thursday, when we were also looking at it, a little bit later on the day, Alex believed that we were going to go down, and his calls are right here as well. As you can see, I got two puts in Roku, and I sold one of them for 480 that a little bit later, and about 2 hours later I also sold it again for 212. So overall that was a good trade as well. Going towards the end of the day, Alex believed that the market was going to crash a little bit more, so he said, hey, maybe we should get into some Tesla puts as well. So I got into that one here. I bought two of them, 325. And actually held them on to the next day. He said that maybe we should have sold it when it hit 600, but I was doing this trade a little bit more on my own. So I actually held to the next day, and it went up to 605, as well as all the way up to 1690. So an amazing call out as well there. Okay, so that was my cash account, to going from about $1,000. So you can see here I made almost 4,500 on that. And you can see that right there. Okay, there's one call that I sold. This is from a long ago trade, about a month ago. I thought the airlines were going to go up just because they're so beaten down, so I decided, hey, let's put a call on. This is not Alex's trade, so you can subtract the 275 from the total amount. So if I could just click on all of these just to kind of add it up and see how much I made for this week, you can see that the amount there, let's just show up in just a moment, $3,861 just in the second week I've been with the club. Okay, I actually want to show you one more trade, another account here. I actually started this one in my first week. So my first week was actually the week before, the last week of February. Unfortunately, my cash account wasn't completely funded, so I didn't really put too much in that. But this is my smaller account. I started $100. As you can see, we're up $307 here. So that last week we got into BBY puts because they were having earnings. Right here I got into two puts in that, and that skyrocketed in my account. Basically, it made me let's hold on a little bit here, and yeah, so I made $439 just off of that one trade. And then the rest here, I actually got into these Twitter puts the same time that my cash account did. But this is a margin account, so unfortunately I didn't want to put another day trade on there. So I was going to see what was going to happen overnight. That didn't work out too well for me, as you can see, March 1st to March 2nd. Although if we held it on to it, Twitter is right now at 66.95, and these puts would actually printed money. But this is a small account. I didn't want to put too much risk on it, so I sold it immediately. On the 3rd, that was the Wednesday, Alex was like, hey, I believe that it's a good idea to get some Apple puts as well. So this is kind of where I went into a small trade here, but over a course of a day, almost double the money. Not quite, but pretty close. This last trade was actually my doing. On Thursday around this time, I got the Tesla puts on my cash account, and I also wanted to try to play it with my smaller account. I put some pretty far out of the money 371 puts. These actually went into profit on Friday, but I actually work a full-time job, so I decided not to worry about it too much, and I sold it for a little bit of a loss here. But overall, on this week, actually for the last 2 weeks, I actually quadrupled my account, and that's mostly thanks to Alex. So if you want to look for trades like this where you're doubling or quadrupling your account kind of deal, it's not going to happen every week, but Alex's calls have been spot on. If you're looking for what the Crash Trading Club gives you, Alex puts one of these videos at least once a week. Basically, it's a video that kind of highlights exactly what kind of plays he's looking at this week, exactly what he's looking at in terms of entries and exits, as well as what to expect. So for this past week, we're looking at Novavax, SE, as well as Zoom earnings announcements and trading the day afterwards. It told us, hey, we should be getting Novavax puts at the open. As you can see right here on this chart right there, that's the day of earnings for Novavax right there, and this is the day after. So the open is right there, and around 6:31 is when I got my puts at the open. If you can kind of zoom a little bit closer, there's a whole bunch of movement in there. But I trusted that call, using obviously position sizing in order to limit my risk to what I was comfortable with. But if you want to look at my account here and taking a look at that right there, 6:31 a.m. I bought a Novavax put for 263. I sold it later in the day at 7:55. This timing is also kind of revealed during the video. as well, so I kind of knew exactly where I was expecting most of my profits to come from. So that's kind of where I put to be sold, and it worked out really well. So that's not just this one right here, but a lot of the other trades here, if they're noted in the video or call outs on the WhatsApp group, you'll be able to get that and figure out exactly where you want to go in and decide where you want to get out. And that's been really profitable for me. Now, I'm not a new options trader. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, and I've been a part of other groups, zero day expiration, SPX, Iron Condor groups. I've been trying to use Forex trend trading strategies in order to time the market. I've been looking at option selling strategies for a long period of time, which I was actually profitable with, but I don't have that cash, obviously, as you can see. My accounts are pretty small. Even with a small account, able to position size well, and with the accuracy of Alex, I was able to do a really good week this week. And I'm expecting it going into the future because he's just been so spot on. His training is also really great. It's actually been the reason why I've been comfortable taking some of these certain trades on my own, like this Tesla put right here. Even though it's technically an overnight trade, I actually put that on feeling pretty confident because of what Alex has taught. Basically, during that training, he gives key nuggets of information which are so helpful for someone who's looking into options. There's a specific way you need to trade it if you want to day trade or swing trade it like Alex does, and he does a great job of explaining that. So if you're looking for something that gives you the information that you need in order to be able to successfully day trade and swing trade options for ridiculous profit, as you can see here, I definitely recommend Alex at Crash Trading Club. He does a great job, and the results kind of speak for themselves. Check it out, and I don't think you'll be disappointed whatsoever.